Welcome to the Red Blizzard 357 podcast. And today, we just gonna be kicking the willy bobos. The Jezebel spirit is running amok on relationships and marriages in the modern Western society. Just look at all the people that have been getting divorced. You could just look at this year by itself, whether they were in long-term relationships or marriages. The shit just ain't working now. And it's fucked up. It's fucked up that it's being normalized and it's now the mainstream to do. The mainstream thing to do is to be a single mother. Because you're out there getting that bag. You don't need a man. Until somebody slaps you in the face with a brick. Now all of a sudden, you're looking around. Where are the men to help me? Even though that bitch was lying like a motherfucker. You can't find that hoe now. Where that bitch at? You can't find that bitch for shit. Where you at? Where's all the follow-up details and, you're not even trying to attempt to find this mysterious brick-wielding man because he never existed. And from what I understand, the feds froze her GoFundMe and shit. So now she hiding. She used to be like a moth to a light. Always around a camera. Talking shit about men, especially black men. Throwing black men under the fucking bus and shit. Now you can't find that hoe. Where you at, bitch? Can't find none of these hoes. And these modern women nowadays not even worth dating. You look at the dude that played on Dawson's Creek. That dude, I forgot his name. Well, anyway, his wife, Jodie Turner Smith, and Joseph Jackson. That's his name, Joseph Jackson. She filed for a divorce from him after being the one that proposed marriage to him. She was infatuated by Zaddy. Massa, can you marry me? Can you marry this dark, chocolatey woman and make me whole again? And he fell for the bullshit. Then now they getting a divorce. How about that? Relationships ain't shit. It's better, especially for men. There is no benefit for us to get married. Especially if you a man and you got money, you got resources, you got means to do whatever the fuck you want to do. You could take care of your business. You could buy what you want. You could go on trips. You could take trips places. You could go overseas for months at a time. You could kick it in Brazil. You get tired of Brazil, you could kick it in Colombia. You get tired of Colombia, you can go to Thailand, kick it in Thailand. You could go to the Philippines. You could go to Spain and kick it. You can kick it wherever you want, all over the world. Why waste your assets and resources on a marriage that's just gonna destroy you, just gonna financially fuck you up in the end? Just forget about it. Marriage is dead. And I know it's a lot of people out there traditionally thinking, traditionally want to be married and things like that. If you find, I'm going to leave a caveat on top of this shit. You find a woman that's going to get down with your program. She's going to fully submit to you. Not be an antagonist, not try to oppose your authority all the fucking time. You find a woman that's out there that's willing to do that shit, yo, have at it. But just know the chances of that marriage being successful in today's day and age, when you got the Jezebel spirit and the spirit of Lilith running amok out there, you know how many people just getting, within the last 3 years of the blue flu, all the people that have broken up, getting divorced, man, come the fuck on. People that you thought would never break up, like they were just meant to endure all kinds of storms, tribulations, just it seemed like nothing would ever break that couple apart. They too are falling by the wayside. That's why I'm like, shit, man, fuck a marriage. In September, Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert filed for divorce. I thought they were solid. I thought they would never break up. But see, it's almost like cancer. It's like a cancer to society, destroying the bond between a man and a woman, while propping up various marginalized communities to the forefront, promoting an agenda that we all see what the fucking agenda is. We all see that shit. We all see that shit plain as day. If you gay as fuck, riches beyond riches and riches times riches will be thrown at your fucking feet. All you gotta do is promote that shit. And you will be a very wealthy person. This is why they could care less about relationships in today's age. They could give a fuck less about marriages. They don't want motherfuckers to get married. They don't want motherfuckers to produce a solid household. Man, woman, and child. The way it's supposed to be. They don't want that shit. They want us all separated in our own corners. And I know I can't be the only one seeing this shit. But hey, you tell me what y'all see. I'm just here kicking the willy bobos. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say and what nobody think. Motherfucking Sierra's gonna leave Russell Wilson. Especially when that bread start to dry up. Cause that's the only reason she got with the nigga anyway and shit. No, square nigga on the straight and narrow. Seeming to be a solid dude, I don't know. But the way Sean Payton talking out there in Denver, and as atrociously trash that the Denver Broncos are, and Russell Wilson clearly is not the same Russell Wilson anymore. Whatever skills he possessed in the past or whatever he was able to do when he was in Seattle, that shit is gone. Either Russell Wilson is going to get traded or he going to get cut. But they going out to get another quarterback this year. He's about to be done. So he's going to end up floating around from team to team to team, being a backup for whatever the veterans minimum is for backups and shit. So, and that money going to start drying up, and Sierra going to start looking other places. That's why she keep doing interviews talking about future and shit. And don't give me that bullshit that she didn't know a question was going to be asked and shit. She know exactly what the fuck questions is going to be asked. Because you're the star, supposed star. They got to give you insight of the kind of questions they're going to be asking you in order for you to even green light the interview. Because they want to do the interview. If you was to say, no, we ain't going to talk about that, they not going to ask you those questions. So obviously you greenlit those questions because you wanted to put that out there. Oh, I'm so far gone and I'm so past future and all that bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. Bitch, as soon as Russell is out of the league, you're going to be trying to divorce his ass and hop on that motherfucking cock carousel once again. You can't fucking fool me. Not one bit. I know what the fuck going on. We all do. All the red pill niggas, the true red pill niggas. When I say true red pill niggas, I mean the ones that's balanced. We don't hate women. We just kick the facts and hold women accountable. Period. That's it. That's all. Yeah, my clumsy ass knocking shit over. Had a little spill, kicking the willy bobos. Let's get back to the disaster of all the people that have broken up this. We just talking about this year. You trying to tell me the Lilith spirit is not running amok? The Jezebel spirit is squirting her disease-infested, gonorrhea-infested cunt juice all over relationships all over the world, but especially here in the West, where the modern-day woman is trash to date. September 2023, Hugh Jackman and Deborah Lee Jackman getting divorced. So it's not just limited to the community, even though in the community, relationships and marriages have been falling apart for a long damn time, especially with government daddy giving them handouts. These hoes don't want to be in motherfucking relationships anyway, let alone our marriage. Nah, they could give a fuck less about that shit. They could give a fuck less. They want to live their best life. And this is why in the city of Houston, the syphilis outbreak is like the numbers is astronomical. It's never been seen within the last 40, 50 years. It's just unfortunately groundbreaking and very sickening. It's like you go to Houston, you don't even want to touch a bitch. Bitch, I don't even want to give you a hug. Cross the street. We can't even share the same sidewalk together. You go that way. You go right. I'm going to go left. And we're going to leave it at that. These hoes ain't shit. Shit. These hoes ain't shit. These bitches ain't shit. Pussy smells like counterfeit. Good pussy like back in the day. Oh my goodness, what the fuck can I say? Marriage is dead. The modern woman killed it. It's up to the red pill men, true men. We gonna be the ones to rebuild it. Let's keep on going. We ain't gotta stop there. Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner also getting divorced. After days of speculation, TMZ reported that Joe had officially filed legal documents ending his marriage to Sophie. You know it is especially bad when a man files for a divorce, because we usually don't do that shit. We think we can fix anything, no matter what. No matter what people say, no matter how many people is in our ear telling us, show, it will never work, it will never work. You can't do it. You can never accomplish that. We think we can fix anything. That's why the majority of the time, the men are not the ones to file for divorce. The women are the quitters. The women are not built for the struggles of relationships, I guess. They're not mature enough in the mind. A lot of them. So you go into a relationship, you know that already. But some of them have been practicing divorce before they even got married in the first place. They practice breaking up with you before they even get with you. That's their specialty, especially in the black community. These bitches ain't shit. Snoop told y'all back in the day, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Lick on the nuts and suck the dick. That's all these hoes is good for. Send that bitch to the corner store. Back in the day, you at least had a legitimate chance to actually have a functional, find a wife, have a functional marriage, produce children, and have a functional family. It was possible back then. Now, it's nowhere near possible. It's like, it's a waste of fucking time. It seems like getting married now is only for broke people. Because if you got money, you ain't even got to be rich. You ain't even got to be a multimillionaire. But if you comfortable, you got all the things you need and want. You can buy what you need and want. You in a nice space in your life. Your ass shouldn't get married either, because you get married, that's going to destroy all that shit. All that shit is going to be done. Out of there. There's no benefit for men to get married. None whatsoever. All the benefit falls in the woman's lap. And a lot of men are waking up to that shit. That's why Jeezy filed for divorce. He wasn't finna wait around to have his soul snatched from him, and then down the line, Jeannie Mai files for divorce talking about irreconcilable differences. Oh, and by the way, I need spousal support and child support and all of that. Jeezy got out in front of that like, nah, fuck that. We gonna play chess, not Uno. Yeah, bitch, we ain't playing Uno. We playing chess. Then he got out in front of that shit, was like, you know what, let me just get the fuck on. And now she regretting it. She's sending out little messages and stuff, wanting to reconcile this and that. Man, I hope that brother don't fall for that shit. Because that whole reconcile and I'ma do better shit, that's only because she's trying to maneuver herself into a better position, a stronger position in that dynamic. So if they break up, she's in a power position. And that power position will lead to her tapping his pockets. See, right now he's in a better position if he just leave it the way it is. Like we getting divorced, boom, this is what it's gonna be, period, and just bounce. Kicking the willy bobos. The Jezebel spirit is running amok without even giving a fuck. Britney Spears and Sam, I don't know how to say his last name, spelled Asghari. According to TMZ, Britney and Sam separated after a nuclear argument involving cheating allegations. She was probably the one cheating. Y'all see her in that video with her dancing with two knives? You want to talk about mentally unhinged? That bitch is crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if he filed for divorce. Because when you realize your wife is fucking crazy and she's making you miserable, man, get the fuck up out of there. And a lot of men nowadays, we ain't putting up with that shit no more. It's like, you know what? Fuck that. Fuck that happy wife, happy life. Fuck that. That's bullshit. You know what that shit does to your health? Mentally and physically? Because it starts from the mental. The mental affects the physical. A bitch could stress you into an early grave. Ain't nobody got time for that bullshit. Fuck that hoe. Kick her to the curb and let's go. It's time to get out the door. I had to kick the Willy Bobos today. This shit been on my mind. I've been heated about it for a long time now. I just had to. I had to get this shit out. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all like this heat that I'm dropping, man, hit up the motherfucking Cash App. $ Cobra Clutch 357. Hit that shit. Hit that shit. You like this podcast? Motherfucking distribute this shit all over the world. Men everywhere need to hear this shit and need to know you are not alone. There's other men that have gone through it, that can foresee it, and we move accordingly. You are not by yourself, and you ain't got to put up with a bitch stressing you the fuck out for no logical ass reason. You can replace that hoe any fucking time you feel like it. That's the attitude you must have nowadays. Tina Knowles and Richard Lawson also fell to the wrath of Lilith and the Jezebel spirit. TMZ reports that Tina filed for divorce on July 26, listing the date of separation as Tuesday and irreconcilable differences as the reason. No other details. Irreconcilable differences is the go-to for these bitches. The excuse they use because they want to go outside and jump on some dick. Bitch, just say you want to be a hoe again. You want to fuck a whole bunch of niggas again. You ain't got to beat around the bush about it. Nah, bitch, another hoe will be around in another 5 minutes like a bus. Take your ass on. Cause what these hoes don't realize and shit, just like they can go fuck somebody else, men, so can you. You know how much money annually you can save? Because what a lot of these women are doing nowadays, they try to gaslight you into feeling guilty about being single. But if you have a logical mind, just think about it. Think about all the money you saving and not having to put out on some bullshit. Her birthday, Valentine's Day. Really, Sweetest Day, in theory, air quotes, was supposed to be for the man, but a lot of these bitches expect motherfucking gifts and shit on that day. So Valentine's Day, Sweetest Day, her birthday, the anniversary that y'all first started dating, the first date anniversary, the anniversary of when y'all solidified yourself as a couple. That's a different date. So you got to buy something on that date. Christmas, you got to buy something. New Year's, you got to plan some shit. You got to have, do something different. Shut off some money and be like, oh, let's go here and do this and that. Going out to eat all the time. Going on vacations with this bitch that, you over the years, you looking at it like, you know what, I'm getting to the point where I can't stand this motherfucker. You go on a cruise with a bitch, you like, you know what? While she sleep, you get out of that bed and shit, and you start walking the boat just to get some breathing air from this bitch. This bitch, you come on vacation and you want to argue? Fuck that. I should have left your ass at home and went on this motherfucker by myself. You heard me? Don't ever put yourself in that position, fellas. I'm speaking from an angle of I've been there and done that, so I can tell you for sure, 100% certainty, you do not want to put yourself in that position because that shit is unhealthy for you. You are damaging your health doing that. I promise you that. If you don't take anything else from this podcast, Take these words with you. Put them in your wallet and shit. And let it remind you when you open that motherfucker up. And your credit card is full. Your debit card is full. Your bank account is full. Because you no longer have to spend money on that bitch. If you like this podcast, support it. You like my YouTube channel, support it. Hit the like button, share that shit. Hit up the Cash App, $ Cobra Clutch 357. This is more than a video, audio, air quotes. This is a motherfucking movement. On behalf of men, straight black men, straight men, period. This is a motherfucking movement. We are creating a paradigm shift. We can create our own parallel economy. You hit up my Cash App, you start a YouTube channel, I'll come to your channel, hit up your Cash App. We can start a whole economy separate from the mainstream economy. They hear us in these spaces. They know what the fuck we saying. You can hear them regurgitating our talking points and shit. Why y'all think Kevin Samuels blew up like that? Now all of a sudden, his talking points are mainstream. It ain't by accident. Get it how you live. You can hear in rap songs, niggas using the word simp now. I heard it in a few of Nas's songs on his latest albums and shit. Even Shannon Sharp, you hear him using the word simp. Where did that word come from? It came from right here in these spaces. These red pill motherfucking spaces. We moving mountains, men. We creating a movement. We voting a certain way. We voting in our interests. We using our feet. We closing our wallets to the matriarchy. We stand firm against that shit. Ain't no motherfucking matriarchy. Are you fucking kidding me? This country wouldn't be shit without men. The fuck y'all talking about? When y'all talking that matriarchy shit, just remember this one thing. If men decided to just take a trip and leave America, just, you could be on a vacation or whatever, we just left. Countries would invade and sweep the riches of this land, and it wouldn't take no longer than 10 minutes. So y'all can go ahead with all that matriarchy bullshit. That shit ain't nothing. Y'all power is limited to what men give you. Period. Hold on, let me get some more background music going and shit. Stay tuned. right, yeah. Back again, back again, back again. But yeah, when they start talking all that matriarchal shit, y'all power are limited to what men give you. Just like the laws and shit. When Roe v. Wade was overturned, y'all was all up in arms. But you know what? Y'all couldn't do shit about it. Because at the end of the day, men are still in power. No matter how y'all try to leverage y'all pussy, don't fucking matter. We always have the last say so. It's like we have the last say so when it comes to who's gonna get married or not. Leonardo DiCaprio. Shout out to that dude. Salute to Leonardo DiCaprio. He's had it right all along. I take my hat off to that brother. Fuck getting married. I'ma date young chicks, and when they get old to a certain point, the spoiled equator, it's time to get rid of them. They're going to start acting up. Shout out to Leonardo DiCaprio. Great actor, and as far as how he deals with these bras, he's right on point. Sophia Vergara, I think that's how you say her name, and Joe Mangi, I don't know how to say that. But they are getting divorced. The former couple released a statement to Page 6 saying, "We have made the difficult decision to divorce. As two people that love and care for one another very much, we politely ask for respect and our privacy at this time as we navigate this new phase of our lives." Very interesting statement that was issued by their publicist. In my personal opinion, somebody stepped out. I'm going to go out on a limb. In my personal opinion, I think she cheated. Because she's very flirtatious. She's very flirtatious in her whole being, how she talk, how she interact with dudes and shit. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say she the one that stepped out. That's just my personal opinion. I don't have no facts to back that up or anything. I'm just throwing a dart at the board blindfolded. And I'm just guessing. That's what the fuck happened. The Jezebel spirit is running amok. Running amok. I'm sure some of you know who Lilith is. Lilith was, according to theology, Lilith was the first wife, the original wife of Adam. She did not want to submit to a man. She did not want to submit to Adam. That put her out of favor with God. So God banished her. Banished her to the fields, which the earth basically. So she down here creating chaos and running amok. So that's when God took one of Adam's rib and made Eve. But in the end, she betrayed him too. So and I think some of Lilith's bad energy and mojo got into Eve, made her betray Adam and God. For all we know, and let me clarify this. I'm not an expert at the Bible and Christianity or anything like that. I was raised as a Christian, as a Jehovah's Witness. I studied Islam. I even read some books of the Torah. So I wanted to understand from every angle. I'm not an expert at any of it. I use common sense and logic in a lot of it. Because a lot of it can be comparable to what's going on in the world today. That's the only reason why I'm using that right now. The snake that supposedly influenced Eve, often a lot of in the religious world, a lot of times they say that's Satan. And they leave it at that. They say, oh, that's Satan. And they just leave it at that. I think, personally, I think the serpent was Lilith. Somehow she slithered her way back into the garden. And her hatred and jealousy and anger against God, she wanted to taint mankind. So she slithered back in as the serpent to whisper in Eve's ear, hey, influence him to take a bite out of the apple of the tree of knowledge. Now, I personally think God knew what Lilith was doing. So, all you historians out there, all you biblical Israelites or, experts in that, y'all get in the comment section and let me know what y'all think as far as my understanding and interpretation of it. Because my question has always been, if he knew Lilith slithered her way back into the garden to influence Eve, to influence Adam, why didn't God stop her? Was that part of some kind of test? That's my question. And for those that care, some of you might not, so I gotta clarify. At this point in time and stage of my life, As far as religion goes, I don't follow none of that. I am what you can view as an agnostic. I believe in God, yes. God definitely exists. God definitely has power and has a hands on things, but it's not in the way that we were all taught to believe. It's nothing like that. Not at all. Not one bit. And last but not least, going along the lines of the spirit of the Jezebel and the spirit of Lilith running amok on marriages and relationships, is the political spectrum. How there's still so many black people blindly, with this blind hate for Donald Trump. You motherfuckers is stupid. As a matter of fact, y'all some of the biggest traitors to the black race of all time. I'm of the belief that if you do not have a basic, legitimate understanding of how government works, policies, the laws that are being passed, how it affects the people in the micro, not the micro, in the macro, how it affects us overall, you should not have the right to fucking vote. Period. You should not have the right to vote without a basic understanding of how government works. That's just the way. When we was in the motherfucking 8th grade, we couldn't go to high school if we didn't pass the Constitution. Your ass would get held back. I don't know what the fuck they doing now. It's like they letting everybody go. They ain't got to know shit. And them be the motherfuckers that vote Democrat blindly. Don't even know the stance of the person they even fucking voting for. They just, oh, he's a Democrat, let me vote for him. How fucking stupid is that? And y'all letting these motherfuckers vote? Man, fuck out of here with that bullshit. Y'all better hope Trump gets elected president again and shit. Because the downturn of the country that's going on right now, if Trump don't get elected in 2024, it's going to turn into a death spiral. And it's going to be y'all fucking fault. 81 million. Bullshit. 81 million people voted. You're goddamn lie. They let dead people vote. That's some bullshit too. $81 million idiots. That's how I see that shit. What? You are listening to Red Blizzard 357 podcast. Kicking the Willy Bobos once again. This world need a motherfucker like me. I've sat quiet for far too fucking long. Even though in my little spaces and areas and shit, before YouTube, before social media, I did my thing. I did my thing. For better or for worse. Barbershops used to be what the red pill manosphere, black manosphere space is today. That's what barbershops used to be. But then the infiltration started, because before, mothers would, if they were a single mother or whatever, they would drop their sons off, and the barbers would be responsible for that young boy. He would even be able to make little money. You know, if the parents, if a mother couldn't afford to give him like allowance and shit like that, he could make money in a barbershop by sweeping up the hair on the ground. But see, a lot of women, black women especially, fuck that up, because now they view that as child labor, exploitation and shit like that, and get all in their emotions about it. Like, oh, you put my son to work, and oh, no, nah. Bitch, you can't even afford to get a motherfucker $5 a week, and you mad and shit that we actually making him do something, and we paying him for it, so he can learn and have that instilled in him, instilled in his mind that you have to work in some capacity to make money and not depend on somebody giving it to you. That became a problem. So now you have black women, and I'm speaking in the black barbershops. I can't speak on the white ones or barbershops of other cultures because I didn't grow up in them. I didn't go to them. So you guys have to put that in the comment section and let me know what's what with that. But as far as the black barbershops, you slowly started seeing the infiltration of single mothers because they got a glimpse and they got a little idea of how much the barbers were making. The barbers was making good ass money. And a lot of these dudes were street dudes. And they was able to make a great living off being a barber. So a lot of these single mothers thought they would have the best of both worlds. Like, yo, I could get with a street dude that's making good ass money and it's cash, and it can be off the books. It cannot be off the books, however you want to maneuver that. Just like corporate CEOs. It is what it is. But nah, y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't see me. But y'all gonna fucking know me when this is all said and done. Somebody tell Hillary Clinton to eat a dick. Yeah, ho, I ain't forgot. I remember you calling black men super predators and shit like that. Running around to the Breakfast Club talking about I forgot my hot sauce, and, you know, because you knew you was talking to dumb niggas. Yeah, I remember all that shit, bitch. Fuck you. Talking about deprogramming all the Donald Trump supporters, all the MAGA Donald Trump supporters. Bitch, say that you just mad that straight black men are now voting Republican, are now voting for Trump, even though I voted for Trump twice already. And I'm going to do it a third time, bitch. Now what? Fuck you, ho. So now they want to strip Donald Trump's businesses of their legitimacy, of their power, and say they're illegitimate businesses and shit like that. See what the extreme left, what the Democrats don't realize is they're really writing the graffiti of the tombstone of the Democratic Party. Because the very person they're behind right now, Joe Biden, has done that. Hunter Biden is actually worse. They are actually using shell companies, fake companies, and using Joe Biden's influence to get financial backing from these foreign countries. How is that not treason? How the fuck is that not treason? Am I missing something? If I'm missing something, please comment. Comment on my channel. Comment on this podcast. Comment. Let me know what's up. Am I missing something? How the fuck is that not treason? The fact that he got the border just wide open like a motherfucking revolving door and shit. You can come in anytime you want. Oh, yep. If you forget something on the other side of the revolving door, you can come back out, pick up what you lost, come right back in. A revolving door, you can come in anytime you feel like it. That doesn't matter. My name is Joe Biden, and I approve this message. Even though I don't even remember where the fuck I left my shoelaces 5 minutes ago. And now they want to try to intimidate voters for not voting for Trump because, oh, you guys need to be deprogrammed. And now because you're voting for Trump, you are now considered an extremist. See, they want to put us in the category of a terrorist to scare the mainstream sheep who don't think for themselves, who don't do any kind of research whatsoever. Anything the mainstream media fucking says, they believe it. They go along with it. They are completely content being a sheep led to the slaughterhouse instead of thinking for their fucking selves. So the slightest thought that they're being considered a terrorist or an extremist because you support and vote for Donald Trump, that'll be enough to scare them away. Because they're fucking idiots. Period. That section is this. No, that section is distributed differently than your regular YouTube channel. said, he told Chap, I'll beat your ass and I'll beat this nigga's ass too. And he pointed, he pointed at me. He said, but yeah. I ain't going nowhere. I'm just there's a whole lot of shit been on my mind that I've been stewing about and shit. And I just, I just had to come out and say some shit about it. You know what I'm saying? And to all the men out there, you seeing it firsthand with your own eyes. It is not worth getting married. It is not, there is no benefit in it for you. You are at a complete disadvantage for doing that shit. A complete disadvantage. You're not gaining anything. You stand to gain nothing, but you exist to lose everything. That's why, listen to that Chronic album, goddammit. I'm not getting paid by Dre, nothing like that. It's just one of my favorite albums and shit. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Lick on the nuts and suck the dick. That should be the motherfucking anthem of the red pill space. We ain't playing no more. Fuck that shit. We ain't playing no motherfucking more. Start holding these bitches accountable for the shit they say and do, and move accordingly and shit. If they not down with your plan, if they not down with your program, scoot their ass out the way. Put their ass in a dustpan and place them in the trash. Place them hoes in the trash where they fucking belong and shit. Because a lot of times you met them and shit. You met them alone somewhere. And then you met their friends and shit. And you be like, damn, you the ugliest one out of your friends. Joke's on you, her friends just as batshit crazy as her. You would have lost either way. Shout out to everybody willing to listen to the Red Blizzard 357 podcast. Kickin the Willy Bobos. I'm just testing YouTube out on this podcast shit. Because when you're doing regular videos, there's certain things you can't say, certain things you can't touch on. You know, oh, you cursing too much and this and that. So I'm testing this portion of YouTube out to see how it measures up to other podcast streams that will freely let you express how you want, talk how you want. If you want to curse, curse. If you don't. Whatever subject matter you want to talk about, they're freely open to that. So I'm basically measuring YouTube against that to see what is what. My message to all the men out there. Shout out to Leonardo DiCaprio again, because he gets it. Your mental peace is more important to what any bitch wants. It is more important for you to be happy than it is for whatever bitch you sticking your dick in. Period. Billie Eilish and Jesse Rutherford, they also filed for divorce. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm not familiar with Billie Eilish. I used to hear Kanye mention her and all that. I hear different people mention her and all that. I don't know who she is or what she does or why anybody should care. But she just falls under the category of a whole bunch of celebrities that are getting divorced. And the reason why I aimed at celebrities is because a lot of regular people, a lot of modern day working people still modern their lives after celebrities. And the divorce rate for regular people has always been in the 50-50 percentile. But when you take out celebrities, you look at it the last 3 years, the last 3-4 years, regular people have been getting divorced, and it's like over 65%, damn near 70%. So what is the purpose of getting married in Western society today? There is none. Unless you are poor and broke. But see, you don't have to get married in that sense. Just get a fucking roommate. It's a lot cheaper. Then when y'all get y'all money up and or y'all outgrow each other, y'all don't want to be around each other anymore, y'all can easily move on without any paperwork. Simple. Marriage does not benefit the man at all. Not one fucking bit. Not one fucking bit.